In the quiet town of Lucco di Mugello, Italy, a street dog named Fido found a new home with Carlo Soriani, a brick kiln worker. Every day, Fido accompanied Carlo to the bus stop and waited for his return. This routine continued until December 30th, 1943, when Carlo tragically lost his life in an air raid. Despite Carlo's death, Fido maintained his vigil at the bus stop for over a decade, awaiting his master's return. His unwavering loyalty touched the hearts of many, and a statue was erected in his honor, symbolizing the profound bond between humans and their canine companions. The story of Fido exemplifies the deep emotional connection and loyalty that dogs can form with their owners. Even in the face of loss and uncertainty, Fido's instincts led him to wait faithfully, illustrating the remarkable bond between humans and dogs. Such stories highlight the unique ability of dogs to sense and respond to human emotions, reinforcing their status as loyal companions. In the serene town of Lucco di Mugello, Italy, a tale of unwavering loyalty unfolded during the early 1940s. Carlo Soriani, a brick kiln worker, discovered an injured street dog in a roadside ditch one cold November evening in 1941. Without hesitation, he took the dog home, nursed it back to health, and named it Fido, meaning faithful in Latin. This act of kindness marked the beginning of a profound bond between man and animal. As Fido recovered, he became Carlo's constant companion. Every morning, Fido accompanied Carlo to the bus stop in the central square of Lucco di Mugello, where Carlo boarded the bus to his workplace in Borgo San Lorenzo. Each evening, Fido would return to the bus stop to greet Carlo's return, following him home with boundless enthusiasm. This daily routine continued for 2 years, becoming a familiar sight to the townspeople. However, on December 30th, 1943, tragedy struck. Borgo San Lorenzo was bombed during World War II, and Carlo Soriani lost his life in the attack. Despite the devastating news, Fido continued his daily ritual. He went to the bus stop every evening, waiting for his master, who would never return. For the next 14 years, Fido's vigil persisted, a poignant testament to his loyalty. He waited over 5,000 times, never once faltering in his belief that Carlo would come back. Fido's story captured the hearts of many, transcending borders and cultures. In 1957, the town of Borgo San Lorenzo honored Fido's devotion by commissioning a statue in his memory. The monument, created by sculptor Salvatore Cipolla, was placed in Piazza Dante, the town's central square. The inscription on the statue reads, "To Fido, example of loyalty." The statue, originally made of majolica, was replaced with a bronze version after the original was destroyed by vandals. Fido passed away on June 9, 1958, still waiting at the bus stop. His death was reported by the Florentine newspaper La Nazione, which featured a front-page story. Fido was buried outside the communal cemetery of Lucco di Mugello, near Carlo Soriani's grave, symbolizing their eternal bond. Fido's legacy endures as a powerful reminder of the deep, instinctual connection between humans and dogs. His story continues to inspire those who believe in the profound loyalty and love that animals can offer. I didn't grow up believing in the supernatural. I was the kind of person who needed proof, facts, logic, data. But what happened to me in the autumn of 2017 changed that forever. This is not just a story about fear or grief. This is a story about a dog who sensed danger before I even knew I was in any. It's a story about loyalty, instinct, and how sometimes animals know more than we ever give them credit for. My name is Emily, and I live in a small wooded town in northern Oregon. I had just moved into my grandmother's old cottage after she passed. I was grieving, trying to reconnect with something simpler, something that felt like home. With me was my 6-year-old golden retriever, Scout. He wasn't just my pet. He was my anchor through the storm of my mother's passing, my divorce, and now the death of the only grandparent who ever truly understood me. The first time Scout acted strangely was the 3rd night after we moved in. It was late, just past midnight. I was reading in bed when he bolted upright, ears perked, eyes fixed on the front door. His body went rigid, and then he growled, a low, guttural sound I had never heard from him before. It wasn't a bark of alertness. It was a warning. I got up and peered through the front window, but the woods were quiet. There was no wind, no movement. Still, he stood there, staring. I knelt beside him and whispered that everything was fine, trying to soothe him. But he wouldn't leave the door until dawn.